Show him! Don't just tell him, show him!
Oh, he doesn't have to show me.
Nope, too bad. Alright, you guys ready for the answers? Here we go. You guys tried in class. People just joining us on the video. Sorry, we started late. But don't worry. They tried this one. Pause and try it now. Welcome back. They tried this one. Pause and try it now. Oops, can you see it? There you go. Grade. Did you guys get A and B? If you did not get E, if you did not get B, let's talk about it real fast to get it in our notes to post online. Kiddos, what were you supposed to do? Raise a hand for number 19. Chris, go. Good. How do you find the derivative of cosine of 3x?
So it would be the sine.
Positive or negative?
Positive. No, negative. Negative sine
Of?
3x.
Keep it the same. Times?
3.
Yep, right.
And then you plug in the
Kiddos that are talking, it better be something productive, or else algebra was fun today. Shh. Thank you.
Isn't algebra always fun though?
Negative 3 times sine of, and you guys plugged it in. Question. What did this question require you to know?
Unit circle.
Something so small could take
Yay.
something so wide. What is sine of 5 over 3 or sine of 60 degrees? Bingo, which is why the only correct answer is. Did anybody kill a bunny? Did anybody not do times 3?
I forgot the negative.
Forget the negative.
I had it kind of problem with.
Hey, P.S. Things like this, forgetting the chain rule, forgetting the negative, maybe they could be solved by studying your. How am I helping you study your forevers? By giving you a forever quest tomorrow. Real quick, listen. Shh. Forever quest in class tomorrow. If you are not in class tomorrow, for whatever reason, you are taking it Friday during lunch. Not during class, because if it's during class, you missed the last review before Saturday. So, please, 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 take it tomorrow. And if you're not here, track kids, you're taking it Friday during lunch. Grab your food quick. Run in here and you can take it. It will look like the ones that we took in earlier this year where it was like 2 sides. Some little short fill-in formulas, some derivatives, integration, I don't know, something. Some little longer formulas, volume of a washer, rotated about a horizontal axis, I don't know, making up stuff. Maybe some longer things like definition of continuous or state the mean value. Everything in between. Bonus. Maybe there'll be one. Second bonus. Hey, for your notes. Okay. Ready for tomorrow? Any questions about tomorrow? Study your grammars. What's homework tonight? Study. Attempt and grade. Well, kind of. When's it actually due?
Friday.
Friday. Am I taking all of your FRQs on Friday?
Yeah.
No, you won't. I'm taking it Monday, so you can use them to study if you want at any point before Saturday. Are those the FRQs on Saturday? No.
I wish.
Who knows what they'll be? Even if you think you know, maybe you won't because I had to change plans today. Okay, so anyway.
Are you serious? Did someone find the test?
Half of my printout went missing from the library. So. Don't worry, I have another, like 10 that I could choose.
No AP.
It could have been something as silly as a teacher picking it up, but no one's responded to my multiple frantic email. Yeah, it could have been the printer like spazzed out in the middle of printing, but no one has said that they found the printer spazzed out and they fixed it, so it's a little frustrating. Coming back. Seriously though. I'm really hoping and praying the printer spazzed out and no one's actually saying they found it spazzed out because it magically whatever and then it erased whatever. But if anyone, Okay, coming back. You're studying tonight. I'm not having 5 and 6 due until Friday, but hey, if you could practice tonight, that'd be great. If you were not in 0 period, maybe you didn't get 5 and 6. If you didn't get 5 and 6, I'll get you guys working and I'll pass it out and have you raise it here and we'll make sure everyone has one. Don't want anyone to leave left. All right, you're studying tonight. You're forever. True? Number 20. How did you solve? Go. No, wait. Explain to me though.
It asks for acceleration.
From velocity to acceleration, take the derivative. Good. So, in your calculator, can you do something like d dx of, can you do v of x? Sure, why not? Such that x is equal to? What'd you guys get? Got it. Dun, 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 dun. Chris,
Can you take the derivatives on the calculator or on the first derivative?
only first.
Oh.
But you can solve for the first derivative formula and then take the derivative with the calculator. Finding the second derivative. Ready, set, and implicit differentiation. Let's go. 2 years ago, this was one of the topics that the kids in AP Calc came from the test. And they were like, oh, there was so much implicit differentiation. Why didn't you ever teach us? I did. What about a second derivative? I did. So let's review it real quick. A little bit before Saturday. Okay. You guys, ready, set? Take a couple minutes on your own, then you can discuss. Silence for now.
What percentage of your grade, sorry, what percentage
Bless you.
of your grade technically would the FRQs be if you were to say
50%, I think, is how to do it. Hold on. 9 times 6 is 54 points. 108 points. Yeah.
around 50?
Multiple choice, though, you only have 45 multiple choice, whereas on the FRQs, you have 6 times 9 is 54 points possible. So the way they make up for that 45 and 54 is that they make the multiple choice weighted 1.2 instead. So they both end up being worth 54 points, put together 108 points.
What are we talking about?
What percentage of the AP, as far as the scoring, do they account for your response?
Okay, I for some reason thought that we were talking about how much the forever quiz is worth.
50% of our
And I almost cried.
Probably should make the forever final something more than it is. Okay, go.
100%.
Yes, have I mentioned in this class yet? I did in period 1 that the AP was restructured this year. Instead of 28 and 17 questions, it's 30 and 15 for sake of AP proctors. Like the timing is nicer. However, they've also cut it down to 4 answer choices instead of 5. So the AP test only has A, B, C, D instead of A, B, C, D. So if you are running short and there are 60 seconds left until I stop you on the timing thing and you at least say whatever, guess, maybe I can get a couple right, are you going to choose E?
No.
No. Are you going to be thankful for at least I have a 25% chance?
Yeah.
Exactly. If we can narrow down, can we have 50, 75% chance? No, sorry, 33% and then 50% chance?
Yeah, no, let's narrow it down to 50 so that we only have 2 answers on the AP available for us.
Yeah.
And so it's just A or B.
Oh, no. You guys are done, right? Because we're all talking? Discuss.
I'm like about
But there have been LNs, they ask for the derivatives that offer. You should probably just do it in unless there's an LN on the function, then we may ask the problem. They don't also plug it in.
I love your laugh.
You guys ready?
Almost.
Wait, answers or questions?
Okay, can I give it a shot?
Oh yeah, go ahead and tell me what to do for 21. Chris is going to start us off. You guys can finish it up if you need to. Chris, go.
Okay, so you have to find the derivative first, so it can be a 2x. And then there's the product rule.
There's a product rule. Do you guys all remember the product rule?
Yeah.
It is the most commonly missed idea with implicit. It's tight. There's a tie. But they love throwing a product rule into an implicit just to trick you. Product rule says, second D first. What would that be, Chris?
1.
Mm-hmm.
So that, and then you have to add the first.
And what's the derivative of y? How do we write that, guys? dy dx, or could you write y prime if you personally prefer? Sure. Wait, why did I put equals 0? Why not equals 10?
Because the 10
The derivative of 10 is 0. Good. Now I have to get dy dx by itself. No. This isn't a long answer. They're not going to see what you do. Couldn't you just plug in 2? Some of these questions are to show you how you can save time. If you plug in 2 right away, might it look a little bit nicer? 2 times 2 is 4 plus, who's y? Plus 2 dy dx. How did you guys deal with not having y?
You solve for it in the
Solve for
first
the
one.
original
And then
Good.
plot
Plug it in, plug it in. Does that make sense? The clues are there. They haven't given you an impossible problem. So 2 squared, if you take that guy off to the side, 2 squared is 4 plus 2 times y, I don't know, 2y equals 10. 10 minus 4 is 6. 6 divided by 2, what'd you guys get for y? Got it.
Got it.
Take him back. Plug him in. 4 plus 3 is 7. 7 plus 2 dy dx. Kiddos, is anyone checking to see if you show all your steps? Nope. What's the final answer? Subtract the 7, divide the 2. Have you guys got A? Those that didn't, do you see how you could have? Do you see how you could have? Just at the beginning of 22, anybody tell me what's probably the most common trick they're trying to confuse kids with in 22? And this is actually one that the kids were complaining about 2 years ago. Not having seen enough examples to what they did. Solving for the second. First derivative is not too bad. Take d dx at both sides. Did you guys know that you can take the derivative even though the y's are all bled and in there? That shouldn't be too bad. Because you end up getting 2x plus 2y, dy dx equals 0. We're not plugging in yet. We're not plugging in yet. What are we doing?
Plugging in.
Right. If you plug in, then try to take the derivative, what will the derivative always be? Never plug in before deriving. Derive first, then plug in. But, since we do have to take a second derivative, don't we just take ddx, I apologize, of both sides of this? What do we get? Don't we have a quotient rule? Bottom d top minus top d bottom, that's a dy dx again, all over bottom squared. Oh man, we have to I don't know, make up dy dx? Plug it in, right? Oh, we have to make a nice pretty expression and simplify a complex fraction with variables and then plug in a number? Good. What was my trick in the last problem? Just go. Just go with what? Just go with the point, which is 4, 3. Okay. So 3 is y, minus a negative. X is 4. Dy dx, isn't that negative x over y? Just get it to be numbers. For some of you, numbers are easier. Oh, we gotta get a common denominator, negative 3 over 1, multiply by 3 over 3, and then deal with the 9 by treating him like a 9 over 1. Multiply by the reciprocal. 4. From the summer packet. That was a while ago. And many other times this year. How do I tell you? What's the trick for simplifying a complex fraction? Multiply everything by the yucky denominator that you wish wasn't there. What you do on top, you gotta do on. It's a trick. It's a trick that hopefully avoids mistakes. What's 3 times negative 3? What is 3? Don't those 3's just cancel?
Yeah.
Cool, that's going to be minus 16. And what's 3 times 9? Hey, cool kids. I think we should be able to match now. Hey. Make sense? How you guys got that one then? How you guys found your mistake and it was little? How you guys found your mistake But now you understand even though it was big. How come you didn't try it or you're just too shy to vote? Party poopers. I can't help if I don't know. There's too many of you guys to know. We've done implicit. Show off and get this one right the first time. We've done a couple. Show off and get this one right the first. Wait. This isn't a derivative problem. It says slope of the tangent line. Go. Kathy.
Oh, those are stretches.
Oh, you're good. Of course that's a derivative problem. Slope of the tangent line. Go. Collaborate quick, but it shouldn't take much time because we should be okay because we did our product rule. We did our product rule. We did our product rule. What do you guys think? Oh no, we have to get dy dx by itself. What's my trick?
You subtract 2x
Good.
minus y, and then, or you plug in right then.
Or we just say whatever. I don't have time for this. Why does plugging in make things just a little bit easier?
Because there's less things to do.
Yeah, you have common terms now. All the x's and y's are just numbers, right? So 2 dy dx and 2 dy dx will make 4 dy dx, right?
Yes.
1 and 4 makes 5. Move it to the other side. Shouldn't we be there, kiddos? Divide by 4. What's our final answer?
You're 5 over 4.
You get there before me?
Yes.
Ready for a new topic?
Yeah. Yes.
It's time to talk about increasing, decreasing, concave up, concave down, relative extrema, all using the graph of the derivative.
See, I know these things. I would know the first thing that we learned.
You guys, your Achilles heel, some of you guys will be your strength. All of us could be our strength if we could just wrap our mind around it. We got it right, right? AD.
CalcAB.
Here we go. Final? Let's make sure we keep. So for definition, if you're into continuous, you could do the at-the-bay version, or you could do the limit, the one-sided limit equals the other sided limit equals the point. If there were two variations. On some of them, there might be a little bit of a IVT, I need to see continuous. I need to understand that you're realizing you go from one y value to another, one x value to another, the y's will hit every arbitrary y. That's what it's. So,
Do you know if they're gonna have lunch tomorrow for the test?
only, I don't think so, unless you guys wanna do more practice and so start it early. No, let's do it like morning. If I didn't ask for you one thing.
Yeah,
I'm hoping to have extra time tomorrow to do like a few things, maybe going over a few more multiple choice, maybe 5, 6, but it is what it is. The better you know your forevers, the more time we'll have in class to review afterwards. So your class is studying. All right. Ready, set, wait, you guys aren't writing, go. What is the most crucial connection for you guys to make? Who were they asking about? Who did they give? They're asking about F. They gave you F on prime. Positive, that's the thing. Give them a second. Let me think about it. As you guys are working on this one, because some of you need a little time, some of you need a lot of time. Who did not pick up 5 and 6 this morning? Ooh, there was like 2 in here. Don't say it in your mind. Precise. You guys don't have Oh, you need one?
And I do not have one either. Oh wait, no. I got one. I thought this was something different.
One more back.
Are we turning the force or
You're turning in FRQ practice 1 with 1 through 6, and you're turning in 2016.
all the same?
Kiddos, what do you think most non-prepared calculus students would want to choose for this answer?
B.
This one. They say, yay, look, he's going up, he's going up, he's going up, yay. Who's he? The derivative. Who do I care about? The original. That is the worst wrong answer. Most wrong answer? I don't know. I guess that's not as bad as. No, that's the worst. Okay, so coming back. What do we know from our forever cards about when F is increasing when thinking about F prime? F prime is positive, so that means y equals F prime is positive, which means the y values have to be positive, which means above. Y is greater than 0 when above. So think, this is F prime of x, I have y equals F prime of x. The y values are the derivative. So when is the derivative above?
From negative
Above. Some of you want to say cut it. They actually say there's a debate to that, so whatever, we'll just include it. And the final interval is
On these, do we have to do any work?
I don't know about positive or not, but whether or not open or closed intervals for ABC.
So multiple choice, we don't have to show any work. Nice.
But you better be thinking it. Got it. Because you know what half the people would quickly choose.
Should I just freak them out and do everything in my head and then like
They won't even know it's just
FRQs.
FRQs.
That would be amazing.
FRQs.
If they look at the AP test. and they see that.
FRQs.
Well, yeah.
Got it.
About that passage, do you want us to complete that? The 2016 CalcAB?
Oh, sorry, the question was asked earlier. Remember on Monday, FRQ practice 1 through 6 and 2016 1 through 6 is due. I'm keeping you on track with FRQ practice 1 and 2. And then I'm giving you answer key, grade it, you can come to class and ask it like today, and in just a couple minutes we'll switch to 3 and 4 and see if you guys have questions on it. And then your chance to personally practice is with the rest of 2016. The But still, attempted grade. Yep, fine with it. All right. Let's do at least one, maybe two more. We can fit it in real fast. Check out the graph. Think of it carefully.
Saturday, are you gonna look at her work too? Like,
I'm not going to throw away your work. You're going to show your work on the test. Because there's like space for work. Hopefully all work. I don't think you need scratch paper at all. So I'm going to save your test. You're going to put your name on your test, which is very different than the AT because you're going to get back your graded test once it's done. I need your multiple choice theoretically back early though, and I just hold on to the skin. That's not going to work. Write down the score from your multiple choice, and then I'll use that after I finish grading the FRQs to give you the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, low, mid, high, etc. Long story short, you'll get it back to go through, to grade, to correct, to figure out what went wrong. So I wouldn't necessarily keep all of Saturday's blank, or else you're gonna have no clue what you did to get some of the answers you got wrong. You guys are like going through and thinking of like all the important clues they're giving you, right?
Yeah.
And they're just saying stuff like, hey, -1 really is where it hits, and 1 really is where it hits. In the sense of a relative min, relative max. So is 3. And guess what? That has nothing to do with any of the answer. Them being tricky. That has no impact on the correct answer of when does F have a relative max? Can we please learn the lesson? The AP sometimes gives us bad info just to confuse us. Not bad, it's true, but they're trying to confuse you. What do you want the relative max of? F. What are you being given? F prime. How do we find relative maxes using F primes? Don't F primes need to go from positive to negative to get me a relative max of F? This is what I'm looking at. Where on earth does y equals F prime of x go from positive, aka above, to below at a 0 or DNE? This is actually, oh, I really wish I had an example of this. A 0 or DNE. ¿Dónde? The answer is 4. Don't say it. The answer is 4 because you guys see how it was above and it goes below and it changes at a 0. It is above and then it's below and it changes at a 0. Yes, that is a relative max of F. Kyle, go.
well, at 1, it says from positive to positive. What would that?
Increasing levels increases more. Point of inflection. It would be fit as well because remember, if we're thinking about F double prime, it's going to be the slopes. So here F double prime is equal to 0. Here F double prime is equal to 0. And if you guys notice the slopes change sign, that's a point of inflection, that's a point of inflection, and that's a point of inflection. All right, one more. Ooh. Let me zoom in on the wording. Is that okay? Then I'll show you guys the answer choices. The graph of F is shown above. Oh, look. He is who? Well, that's interesting. They give us that. Oh, but what do they ask us? Oh, the derivative. So now we're going backwards. The last problem. Want to see him?
B. It's C. It's C. It's C. It's C.
Why?
Oh wait, no, A.
Oh.
Is it?
Why?
First, I did see that A had a 0 at 1. And then,
He's looking here and
But
saying,
now-
hey, that needs to be a horizontal tangent, so hey, there needs to be a 0 here-ish. Now, could we make an argument for all of these being there-ish? We can make an argument for all of them being there.
yeah,
So question,
but that one.
doesn't this one say there are 3 zeros? Oh,
Yeah,
sorry, 2 zeros?
and the other
There
one.
aren't 2 horizontal tangents in between. So that one's not good because this one says there are 2 horizontal tangents. That one says there are 2 horizontal tangents.
And
And then,
then
how do
E
we
is
know the
just dumb.
difference?
You can take out E.
Why?
Yes.
Because E is just dumb.
because he's the derivative of a parabola, I suppose we could say.
Oh.
That's Someone please give me a good reason as to why A is right. Kyle,
Since you can say that F is a cosine graph.
no, don't say that.
Right here.
Something better.
Please. I want candy.
Tom.
It should be positive to negative.
Yeah.
He's saying it should be above and then below because what is this graph doing?
Increasing and
I
decreasing.
went the other way
Increasing
around.
and then decreasing, which means above and then below. The only one that goes above and then below, well, and it's not linear, is A.
Candy,
Sure.
Calm down. Guys, we're already one multiple choice ahead of period 1. Let's go ahead and pause and talk about FRQs 3 and 4. Go. Okay, 3 and 4. Can someone just give me a category? Can someone just give me a category, Eileen, Josh, shush, of what type of FRQ number 3 is? What type of FRQ? Area volume. Area volume. Now, is there an equation of a tangent line? Sure. Is volume having to do with cross-section squared? Sure. There's area volume. What is the category for number 4? I would call it an accumulation graph. I would call it an accumulation graph. And when you see you think you had something about the integral from a to x out at the TD team that was called the accumulation function, I would call it an accumulation function. Kiddos, for number 3, I think one of the most common questions might be, why is there a 1? And letter C. I've tried to give you color-coded everything drawn out, right and lefts and all of the above, and say, hey, the top answer is just as good and would be graded just as correctly as the bottom answer. Over here on the sideboard for number 3. Number 4, what could have been really, really hard? How do you plug in and solve an integral from one bound to another? Hey, those are geometric shapes. When you shade them, you can find areas of triangles and rectangles and trapezoids. Area above the axis is given what sign? Positive or negative? Area above, positive area. Area below, negative area. How do you find the derivative of something bleh? How do you find the second derivative of something bleh? Ooh, concavity, yeah, second derivative. How do you find a derivative? Oh, let's just change one. Forget that. Kiddos, what do you see up here in the front board? Not solved, but I've walked through the main parts of how to analyze this guy if he's in terms somehow with an integral of that guy. And I've tried to walk through what you need to think about when plugging into the original. Ooh, you're going to have like an integral with bounds. Ooh, use geometry formulas and areas. G prime, take this guy, take the derivative of this guy using FTC part 2, and I even write the formula. How do I find the second derivative? We'll take whoever that guy ends up being and take the derivative. And yes, the derivative of f is just f prime. I even tell you how to go back to the graph and think about it in the sense of use areas to solve the integral. Use the points to find the f values. Use the slopes to find the derivative. If any of you really struggled on 3 and 4, I would take a picture of that for letter C, number 3. Take a picture of that for number 4. But are there any other specific questions that you guys might have that either one of those probably wouldn't answer, or you think could be answered quicker than that? Kyle.
Why do you put absolute values for the second word, 4A?
Oh, for this one?
Yes.
Because we're not finding area between, we're literally finding the integral, and the integral is sometimes positive, sometimes negative, depending on 0 would be -2, according to my bounds, would be -2 to 0. That's normal because -2 to 0 is a low bound to a high bound, and the area is positive, hence why that one ended up being a +3. But on the next one, when it said from -2 to 5, I go from x equals -2, shade, now I need to shade down here. But the problem is the integral -2 to 5, is that normal? I would have thought of it as the integral from -5 to -2. Flip the signs, and you would have had this little baby positive area, this bigger negative area. You would have added them together, and then you would have done the opposite sign since the bounds go backwards. Using the integral from b to a is negative the integral from a to b. So since it's not area between, since it's solving an integral, which once again can be positive, can be negative, depending on area above or below, we have to think about the signs. Well, you don't have to split up the notation because you're literally just doing the area. So I did 1/2 base 10 height and 1/2 base 10 height. Yeah, just geometry. No integration because you don't have formulas to them. So maybe else have like a pointed, specific, didn't understand what they were trying to say. Okay, because if you're seeing that there are certain types that you're weaker on, that you don't understand, etc. Question. If I have nice, pretty, like, descriptions of these FRQs, do you think they're kind of common? An area volume FRQ? Sure. Is this the only possible example out there? Nope. Does Khan just randomly work through at Khan Academy? Does Sal work through lots of different FRQs in the AP practice?
Yeah.
Could you go through and find one that looks like an area volume? That looks like this one with the funny integral with an X at the top?
Yeah.
Yeah? Something else, if some of you guys are like, you know what, I really just wish we had taken time and just done like a full review on all of the topics, not an AP review, just like a full review on topics, that's a good question. That's a good desire. That's kind of more for like a regular calculus class, not an AP calculus class, but it still might be what's most helpful for you right now. You guys see something new that showed up here somewhere? What's 27 essential AP calculus concepts? It's a cool topic by topic review that one of your classmates found and that some of you have seen and you're like, oh, I wish I had that. I went ahead and told her that I'll make an answer key for it. She didn't have one. And it does go through from beginning to end, summarizing some of the key ideas that you guys would find in your notes or maybe find in Forever's, and give a few chances to go ahead and see if you can solve the problems. Now, I can't promise when I'll do an answer key because things are a little crazy around here, but I am going to try and make an answer key, I would say by Friday afternoon at the latest. I'll do the best I can. But if you guys want it, the handout is up and it does have a lot of review stuff to print off if you want just a topical.
What do we do with this?
I am picking up 1 through 6 on Monday of 2016 and of your FRQ practice. Study. Close. Forever's.